run in this campaign. He's a multiple city winner, and the Hawks team have the son of Lonhro with James Winks in the saddle as a $2.50 chance.
As usual with this stable, the horse looks turned out in fantastic order. They always have a really nice glow to him from that stable. He does look ideally placed third up from a spell following two really suitable runs this preparation. He did enough first up behind the informed Malaguera before he wasn't beaten far at all behind Rhythm to Spare and Exhibius, who was good again yesterday at Sandown in the Kilmore Cup. The queries have to be 1900 metres third up, whether he's fit enough, and the fact he's got 60 kilos on board. But his previous third up run last preparation, when he finished runner-up behind the bowler, beaten narrowly at Flemington, and ahead of the likes of Kengewood and Silverball, is well and truly good enough to win this sort of a race.
Inspector's not on the mounting yard, so we'll get back to him. But here is Harvey's True Heart for Mick Price and Dale Smith. It is $3.40 at the moment, out from $3.30. Another horse that's performed at city level on a number of occasions and has been able to rack up some reasonable wins throughout his career. And he's coming to this race off a fourth in the Pakenham Cup.
He's racing really consistently this preparation. Comes off that great fourth placing in the Pakenham Cup behind Our Voodoo Prince that you just touched on. He importantly has the barrier here today to take advantage of his tactical versatility, and with the lightweight, I think he looks the main danger to the favourite. I really like the fact that he can race either on or off the speed depending on the pace from the gate, and yeah, as I said, I think he's the main danger to Lonhro.
He generally goes well in the Cups as well. Fourth last time in the Pakenham Cup. He was placed in the Horsham Cup and he ran fourth in the Yarra Valley Cup earlier this year, Harvey's True Heart. Let's move on though. Our next horse to take a look at is horse number 4, Use the Lot. And here he is making his way into the mounting yard. We spoke to Jackie Berryman earlier in the day, and this horse now is with Tim Hughes. He's had a few trainers over the years. He was a pretty handy stayer a number of years ago, racking up multiple city wins. Jackie actually rode him to a victory one day at Caulfield, and she's been on board in recent starts on the provincial circuit.
He's another that comes through that Pakenham Cup where he finished just over a length and a half behind Harvey's True Heart. He was only third up in that race, so he should have come on again from the run. From the inside draw, I think he's capable of figuring in the multiples here today with the right sort of run. I think it is a big advantage for him, that barrier here today.
Here's Beau Brummel, a $9 chance. Luke Oliver prepares and Jai McNeil rides. Jai looking for a double. A horse that put together a couple of wins middle of this campaign and was last seen in the Dunkeld Cup.
He wasn't beaten far with no weight on his back in the Dunkeld Cup, and did finish ahead of Use the Lot, who admittedly in that race was second up. The distance should prove no problem, and he should get a soft run from the inside barrier. However, the class of the race does look the obvious concern for Beau Brummel.
We go down to the 6 Unique Assassin, who actually went around in the 2013 Traralgon Cup and finished 9th in the year that Severn Road won that race, and we saw that horse run earlier today at Geelong Severn Road. But Unique Assassin's only first up from a spell coming into today's race, and Ben Thompson takes a claim.
He's an interesting runner. As you said, goes into the race first up after a 27-week break. He finished second behind the informed Crackerjack in a recent Cranbourne trial to tune him up for this return. Although it does look a tough ask first up from a spell, and his best form does seem to be on tracks with a bit more give. His third placing in the Stall Cup last preparation behind Tall Ship reads pretty well for this race, so he might be a blowout contender with some sort of chance.
Frankie Stockdale and Ben Thompson riding, been unable to claim a non-claiming race the Cup. And here is the 8 Stonehaven, a $151 chance, and this is for Troy and John Kilgour, and Beau Mertens takes the ride off a string of Picnic runners.
43 rider who was beaten at the Picnics last start and would be better suited to that level and might be under the odds at 151.
Okay, and the one we missed was horse number 2, which is an intriguing addition to this year's Traralgon Cup. Sort of was pegged as a bit of a sprinter in the early part of his career, and he was stretched out to a mile for the first time, and he won that, and he's been racing at that distance ever since. But 1900 metres is a different story in untested waters.
Really interesting horse. in that sense that you just touched on. I used to think of him as purely a get-back run-on sprinter, and amazingly now finds himself running over 1900. He finished just over a length and a half behind Longeron in the, just over half a length behind Longeron in the Kilmore Cup, and arguably could have finished ahead of him with a bit more luck over the concluding stages. Obvious question mark's going to be how he's going to handle the extra 300 metres. That was a low-pressure race in the Kilmore Cup, which suited his ability to sprint quickly at the end of the race. I think this is going to be a much tougher ask for him over the 1900. And I've got him among the chances, though, but I've got a couple ahead of him.
OK, Ben, which do you have on top here for the Cup?